everyone. In this lesson, this is really part 2 of our little ornamental accessories that I'm doing. This is part 1 where we made this little necklace, little scarf. Now I'm going to be showing you how to make these, and these are very quick and easy. As I said, I made all of this in one day, not even in just in the afternoon. I quickly sat down and make it. It crochets very quickly. I did make this with a little wrap around here just to keep it in the place that I want it to be, and that's up to you. If you don't want to put this in, you don't have to. We just finish off with the chain that we single crochet in here, so it's very simple to do that. Once again, if you want to make yours longer, you can. I just made it like that because it matches nicely. But yeah, that's basically it. So let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this little wristlet. You can wear it. I'll show you how to make it with this or without that. That's just to keep it on so it doesn't slip around. It matches our little scarf, which we have a little scarflet or infinity scarf, or I'm not too sure what you want to call it, but it matches that. And yeah, it's very simple to make, not hard at all. If you need yours in a different size, you're going to have to play with yours until you get it to the size you want. But this should be pretty generic. It's a little bigger for me, but I do have a smaller arm, so it can stretch out quite a bit. But yeah, that's what it looks like, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So let's get started. So to use this to make this project, I'm using this crochet thread. It's a number 8. I got it from Hobby Lobby, but you can get it from anywhere really. And I'm using a size G, which is a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. Let's get started. This we're working with 8 stitches instead of 9, but it's the same pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, but we're going to make a foundation double crochet here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We ultimately want to have 32 stitches on. So to do your foundation double crochet, you're going to chain 1, 2 chain, and you're going to do a double crochet and go into this very first chain. Okay, not finishing your double crochet. You're now just going to make 1 chain and then hold on to where you've made that chain, which is right over. You hold on to that chain that you made. Now you finish your double crochet. So you go through 2, go through 2. Okay. Wrap your yarn around. This is where you made that chain, and you're going to go under these 2 pieces of your chain. Go under those 2, and now you're going to do a chain again. Make a chain and hold on to that chain, and then finish your double crochet. And this is giving you your 2 rows in one. Okay, so there's the chain that I held on to, and you're coming through both those loops of the chain. Okay, so you come through, chain 1, and this is the one you hold on to. Go through 2, go through 2, and same thing. Go through these 2, chain 1, hold on to that. When you've been doing this for a while, you'll be able to recognize where that chain actually is, that you wouldn't have to hold on to it. But you can see you're kind of getting a row of chain at the bottom here, and that's the chain, the row that you would have done if you hadn't been doing it this way. You would have made a chain and then done your double crochet. Okay, so you chain 1, hold on to that, go through 2 and go through 2. Okay, so find your chain, go through those 2, make a chain, and then do your double. And that's how you do your foundation double crochet. Just don't forget to make your chain there, because otherwise you can't go into the stitch. And then you go into your chain. And that's what you do. Now you want to do that until you have 32 stitches, and then I will meet you back here. Whoops. And you just want to get that, and you can see here at the bottom you're getting a nice row of chains, getting a very nice row of chains there. And then to count them, I'll just go in here for you. To count them, you just have to count these. You can either count this or not, depends on how you're going to use it, but I'm going to just count these. So it's 1, I'm going to count that as a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 10 double crochets on so long, and we want 32. So you can go ahead and do that. If you don't count this, just do an extra one, which is 33 stitches. It doesn't really matter because we can just skip over an extra one or not. It's not the end of the world, so don't be too upset if you can't get it quite right. But yeah, so go ahead and do that, and then once we've got those on, I'll meet you back here. Alright, so once you've got your 32, I've just counted my stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way there, and I've got 32. Now I'm going to join this together. So I'm just going to wrap it around like this, and I'm going to go into this very first stitch. I'm just going to slip stitch in there. Now if you need yours to be a bigger size, you can add on an extra 8 stitches and it should work out for you. I haven't, but it should be alright to add an extra 8. It's going to make it quite a bit bigger, but I don't know, it depends on what size cotton you're using. And then we'll just sew this together at the bottom here. Okay, so once you've got your slip stitched in there, you're just going to sew this together at the bottom here. So don't worry that you've got a bit of a gap here. That's not a problem. Now you're going to start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now instead of as with the scarf, with our scarf we skipped 4 and went into the 5th. This one we're going to skip 3 and go into our 4th stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to count this as my first stitch. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to go into the 4th stitch with a double and another double and another one, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and another set of 3 doubles in the same space. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to chain 1. Once again you're going to skip 3. Now just see, that's where you went in, so here's your next one. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to go into the 4th one with a double crochet. That's double and then chain 1. So once again you're going to skip your next 3. 1, 2, 3, and go in here with your cluster. 1, 2, you do your chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and your set of 3 in the same space again. 1, 2, 3, and this is exactly the same as our little scarf. Skip 1, and then you're going to go, and you can see this is the next stitch over here because it's pulling from this. So 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, 3, go into your next stitch, which is over here, number 4, and you're going to just do a double crochet, chain 1. Once again, 1, 2, 3, go into the next, and you can do that now until you get to the end here, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, and then you should have your last set of stitches over there, and then we're just going to go, just don't forget to do your chain 1. You do your chain 1, and then there should be a chain 1 there, so we'll just go into the top of this stitch right over there and slip stitch. Alright, and then when that's sewn together you are correct in your, then you should be correct. Alright, now you're going to just keep doing this, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go in here with your doubles, your cluster, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then your next set in the same spot, 1, 2, 3, your chain 1, and your double crochet above this double, chain 1, and then your cluster in this cluster again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 3 in the same spot, 1, 2, 3, then your chain 1 and a double above this double, chain 1, and that's all that you're going to do for your pattern. So you should be looking like this, and then when you come to the end here you do your doubles in here, chain 1, and then once again make sure you got the 1 chain there and you go into that chain there with a slip stitch, and then you chain 4 again. So I'll meet you back. Right, so when you come to the ends, you just do your 1 chain. So just be sure to end off with 1 chain, and then you just go into, you make sure that you got a chain over there, and then you go into the stitch just over there, because that the 4 chain there is a double crochet and a chain 1, and then you just go up like that, and you won't even notice where your ending is. Once you've joined them together, you just do your chain 4 again, and then you go into your next stitch, and you just keep doing the same pattern until it's the length that you want. So yeah, let's keep going. Now you just keep going around and around. I have made, for mine, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So it's up to you as to how long you want yours to be, but you can go ahead, and once you've got yours the length that you want, I'll meet you back here, and then I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so once you come all the way around and you happy with the length of yours, just slip stitch into the top of that stitch. Now all that I'm doing here is I'm going to chain about 12 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chains, and I'm going to just come into here with a single crochet into this very first chain space, and then I'm going to cut my yarn off and bring this through. Now this is entirely up to you if you want to put this in. I prefer it because it just keeps it on your hand nicely. It'll just be like that, you hardly see it. It just keeps it on so it's not going to flop around or go anywhere else. But if you don't want to put this in, you don't have to. It's totally up to you. Now, okay, and if you don't want to have it, you want to put it on but you don't want to wear it, just stick it under there and it should stay there. So it's up to you if you want to wear it. Now the reason I'm doing just one little one and not putting a whole bunch on is because usually when you wear these and you keep having to take the whole glove off. Well, with this one you don't. You just take this little piece off and you can wash your hands or use water or whatever, and you can wear it like that. You know, so it's kind of multi-purpose, and you can wear it like that all the time. Alright, so I have decided just at the bottom of my little wristlet to do slip stitch all the way around, just to make sure this is nice and stretchy, but I did it here, I just want this to stay firm at the bottom here. You know, putting it on and off, it can get a bit, so it's up to you as to whether you want to do that or not. So this place where you were supposed to sew them together, I'm just going to go in there and in here, one on each side, just trying to get under these two, just like that, and I'm going to bring my yarn through here, through there, and through there. Okay, it's just to join them all, so when you sew it, you can just sew if there's a little hole there or not, but there probably won't be. Alright, and then we're just going to do slip stitch, which is just in and through both of these. I'm just going to slip stitch all the way around, one in each of these stitches. You don't have to do this, but I just prefer to do it so it's a little bit of so the edge is a little bit firmer. And if this is going to make it a little bit tighter, so if yours is already tight, you might not want to do that. You might want to do a single crochet. Single crochet won't bring it in as much. This just makes it a little bit firmer. So yeah, anyway, so you can do that if you like. If you don't want to, yours will be done. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate that, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.